video, and it looked like Alyssa Thomas will be getting fined for doing this in Indian.
You cannot be there chirping with fans the whole game. You cannot be allegedly telling fans DeWanna chose to join a real battle.
We all expected this. I even called it out before the game in my live. But somehow, booing DeWanna Bonner has...
Alyssa Thomas walked into Indiana like she was ready for war, taunting fans, making snide remarks, and stirring up chaos. But when the cameras were rolling and it was time to explain herself, she disappeared. No post-game accountability. Just silence. She had all the smoke for Indiana Fever fans during the game, even allegedly yelling, "Dana joined a real team." But when it came to media time, Alyssa was gone, proving once again, tough talk doesn't equal leadership.
Alyssa Thomas had all the smoke for the Fever fans. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it wasn't just like just normal smoke. It wasn't just normal beef. It was what people from the country would call Dublin. She had the big smoke. Like, she absolutely had all the beef for... She, let the fans hear it, all of this stuff. Satu there, telling the fans to keep up the booze. And what did they do? They lost. And what did Alyssa do?
What started as trash talk turned into humiliation. Alyssa wasn't just chirping. She was yelling, gesturing, egging on fans. And what did it get her? A loss. The fans didn't forget Dana Bonner quitting on the Fever after just 9 games. They booed. They had every right to. Yet instead of facing it, Thomas doubled down until the final buzzer. Then she vanished.
Right now in the WNBA dump, but for some reason, and this should come as a surprise to no one, for some reason, WNBA players, they're just not in a joyous mood. They're not in the mood to express their appreciation, their gratitude to the people who gave them something worth celebrating. Instead of showing their appreciation, these bitter, entitled, insufferable players, they continue to engage in...
This should have been a celebration for the WNBA. A packed house, growing attention. But the mood? Bitter, frustrated, entitled. Alyssa Thomas and the Mercury came into Indy with an attitude, not gratitude. The hostility toward fans wasn't just unprofessional, it was ungrateful. These athletes wanted the spotlight. But now that they have it, they're lashing out at the very fans who gave them a reason to celebrate.
Coming back to Indianapolis after pretty much quitting the team. And I'm sticking to my guns saying that she quit the team because in my eyes, that's definitely what she did. Now, she went on record and stated that the role that she had possibly wasn't good enough for her. The fit just wasn't working. But at the end of the day, all of it points to the arrows of what? Quitting the basketball team. There's no...
Dana Bonner didn't just leave the Indiana Fever. She quit on them. 9 games, low stats, poor chemistry, and then she was gone. The franchise tried to make it work, but she checked out. So when Alyssa Thomas acts like fans booing Bonner is inappropriate, she's insulting a fan base that got burned and dared to be honest about it.
Basically, you can see Alyssa Thomas going back and forth with a fan, man. I mean, she just, I don't know if she just can't ignore anybody that's just coming at her, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure it's not anything racist or anything like that. I just think they get under her skin. they just get under her skin. And maybe since her first incident, whatever the case may be, she just didn't like it. So after that, she just can't stand it.
The entire game barking at fans, mocking them, even reportedly saying Bonner joined a real team. That's rich coming from a team that just got beat by a short-handed Fever squad. Her trash talk didn't fire up her teammates. It exposed her inability to lead. And when fans clapped back, she folded.
Minutes following the game, each head coach and 2 players, leading scorer and key contributor per team, will be available in separate press conference room for in-person Zoom meetings. AT and the Mercury will likely be fined because they chose to break the rule. It's looking like Alyssa Thomas and the Phoenix Mercury are going to be fined because she just said nah.
The WNBA wasn't playing around. Thomas and the Mercury are being fined for skipping their mandatory post-game media availability. That's not a guideline. It's a rule. And she broke it. Not only was she unprofessional during the game, she refused to stand up and own it afterward. Real athletes face the media. Alyssa Thomas.
We seen Alyssa Thomas jawing at it with fans, kind of, making a complete fool of herself, and now she's finna be getting fined because she refused.
Compare that with Caitlin Clark, constantly fouled, mocked, targeted, but she still shows up to every press conference, every interview, every moment of accountability. That professionalism, that's what this league needs. Thomas had 40 minutes of attitude and 0 minutes of responsibility. It's not about toughness on the court. It's about showing up off it.
Sport, where two teams are going against each other, right? Two rivals, two fan bases, right, are going against each other. You are allowed to be talked about, all right? You are allowed to be talked about. As long as they are keeping it within the game and, not really attacking anything personal or talking about family members or, you know what crosses the line, right?
Booing is part of sports. Fans do it when players underperform, quit, or betray their teams. Borna left after 9 games. The Fever fans had every reason to boo her. That's not disrespect. That's reality. You think NBA or NFL fans don't boo stars who abandon their teams? Come on. That's what fandom is.
Lexi Hull, and 6 games later, she was done with the Fever. The Fever originally cited personal reasons for her absence, but what I learned later, again from multiple sources, was that the team was actually active.
Thomas claimed Borna went to a real team. But that real team just lost to a Fever squad missing its superstar. The irony writes itself. All the bravado, all the talk, and Indiana still walked away with the win. If Phoenix was really that tough, they would have proven it on the court. They didn't.
Boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like, if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit. I'm sure she dealt with some shit. I'd feel the type of way her coming back into my house. That's just fandom, okay? So, again, open to constructive feedback. I think that's sports, man. I'm going to be booing people all the time. I love it.
Everything was set. Cameras, reporters, media waiting. But Thomas never showed. No statement. No answers. Just excuses. The league fined the Liberty $25,000 last time this happened. Now it's Phoenix's turn. You can't run your mouth for 4 quarters and then run from an MIC. This is pro sports, not a playground.
I believe Angel Reese did this last year, too, after the Indiana Fever game. She had refused to talk to the media for whatever reason, but it seemed like this is what they do in this league. Like, when things don't go their way, they just refuse to talk to the media, which is so freaking weird to me. So this was released today, and it stated Alyssa Thomas provoked last night that she's the lamest of lames. All that is talking, and then ducks the media presser.
This is why so many believe the WNBA still isn't ready for the big leagues. For decades, these players operated in silence with soft local media. Now that they've got real coverage, real scrutiny, and real investment, they are crumbling under the pressure. Thomas exposed the emotional immaturity still plaguing the league.
Time something positive happens to this dump of a league, they spoil the celebration, and the WNBA continues to prove why they are not ready for prime time. Caitlin Clark enters the league, and literally overnight, the WNBA is pushed into the mainstream. When you go from complete anonymity to mainstream exposure and you're not ready, the problems of your league will be exposed and magnified. All of your warts will be uncovered. When you're not used to being recognized, when you're not used to being criticized, and all of a sudden, you're dealing with both on a daily.
The WNBA wanted attention. Well, it's here now. And it comes with consequences. You can't ask for higher salaries, national coverage, and big-time exposure, and then hide when fans or media hold you accountable. Alyssa Thomas thought she could bring the smoke and avoid the fire. Instead, she lit a flame under a conversation the WNBA can't afford to ignore. Welcome to the big leagues. No more hiding.